Hello everyone, Monica here, creator of the Online Boutique Boss community, and today I am going to share with you how I schedule and plan out my workday as an online boutique owner. I'm also going to throw in how I organize and plan all of my goals and projects for my business as well. So I'm going to walk you through the exact tools and methods that I use, and I actually use a tool called Trello, and Trello is a task management platform, and I know it kind of sounds pretty fancy, right? But you guys are going to love this tool. I really don't know what I did without this. It has just been a game changer for my business, so I'm so excited to share it with you. And I know I've also mentioned a few other productivity tools that I enjoy as well, like Asana and the one and only planner notebook that I love, but Trello is just my all-time favorite. Now, if you want a copy of the exact boutique workflow template that I created, I will go ahead and leave a link where you can grab a copy. You can customize it for your own everyday work-life schedule, and you can go ahead and use it for your own boutique use. So be sure you make a copy of it first, that way you'll be able to edit it, and I'll show you exactly how to do that in the tutorial. So before I let you go, I just wanted to say a big thank you to those of you who joined me live a couple weeks ago on YouTube right here on my channel. I did a spur of the moment Q&A right here on YouTube, and I answered so many of your online boutique questions, so I absolutely love doing that. So thank you for those of you who joined me live. If you missed that video, you can still check it out. It's the one right before this one, and I just had so much fun hanging out with you guys. So don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you guys can keep up to date with all things growing your successful online boutique, and you can also catch me on the next live Q&A. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so here is a look inside of Trello. So when you first join Trello, you'll have a blank slate, as you can see. So you'll have a blank slate, and I know when you're first, trying out Trello, it can feel a little bit intimidating or a little confusing because you're just not sure where to start because, well, it's a blank slate. But that's actually one of the reasons why I love Trello so much, is because it's very versatile and you can customize it and really use it for anything for your business. But I'm going to show you just the basics here. So first, Trello is divided up into different boards. So you can see here, first you have a welcome board right from Trello, so you can check that out. And then you have options here to create new boards. So you can see that this section here is for your personal boards, or you can say, your business, your boutique. You can create different teams and section it off that way. But let's go ahead and see really how to create a basic board in Trello. So you're just going to simply click on Create New Board. And here is where you can title it. So we're going to just say boutique. Okay, so you can, title it as you please. So again, you can keep this private for your own use. If you have, other team members, you can do that as well, or it can be public. We're just going to keep that as private. So let's go ahead and create the board. And as you can see, Trello has already given you what are some cards. So here are different lists, actually. So these are different lists, and you can create cards within these lists. So you have your to-dos, what you're currently doing, and then what you've already completed. So for example, if you wanted to write a to-do list, so maybe you want to order new inventory, okay, write new descriptions. You can go ahead and create a list, right? So these are, again, lists, and these are cards, okay? And you can see that you can move these over. So maybe you're currently working on your new inventory right now. So you can go ahead and put that in the currently working on section. And then once you're done, you can go ahead and move it to the done and that you completed it. This is just the basics of what Trello will look like. But let's go ahead and head over to my board that I created, and what I like to call my boutique workflow board. Now, once you grab the link and copy that into your browser, it's going to take you to this Trello board template. And before you do anything, you want to first go ahead and copy it and move it over to your profile. That way you'll be able to customize it, because right now you won't be able to customize this template. So of course you want to be able to edit it. Keep in mind that this is a template that I created just based off of what I felt like, everyday operations for an online boutique owner for my own business and lifestyle right now. Because I'm obviously a boutique owner and a boutique coach, my schedule looks a little bit different nowadays because I'm working with both of my businesses. But again, this is still the same concept that I go by. These are still the same cards, and again, the same schedule and the same structure that I go by. But again, of course, you can customize it for your own use. So let me go ahead and show you exactly where you can copy it and move it over to your Trello profile. I'm going to head over to the right top hand corner so you can see where it says Show Menu. Go ahead and click on Show Menu and move right down and scroll down where it says More. You're going to click on More, and where you see it says Copy Board, go ahead and press Copy Board. And now you want to create your own title. So you can say Boutique Workflow Template. Okay, and you want to make sure that you have this check marked off. You want to check this box here that says Keep Cards, because that's going to keep all the details and info here that I've already provided for you. So go ahead and press Create. And now that's done. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go back to the home page of Trello. You should be logged in. So we have the boutique demo board that we created earlier. And now you have your boutique workflow template. So let's go ahead and click on that. And now we can edit this section. So now you're good to go, okay? All right, now I'm gonna walk you through the entire boutique workflow template, and I'll also show you exactly how and why I structured and organized each of the cards and the lists, and how you can incorporate it all into your everyday boutique life work schedule. Okay, so let's go ahead and start on the first section right on the left hand side, and this section is dedicated to goals. So I have two separate lists here. I have one list that are goals for this month, and then also goals for this week. And the reason why I have this dedicated section here is because what I find most helpful, most effective when we're planning out our goals is to divide them up and really plan and schedule them out. Because I know we all always set these amazing goals and dreams for ourselves, right? That we really want to accomplish all of these amazing things, but how can we really get these things done, right? How can we accomplish the goals and the projects that we set for ourselves and our business? And what I find most effective is actually breaking those goals down and really planning them out. So what I like to do is I like to break it down within the quarter for that year. So either the first half of the year, the second half, or break it down into each quarter, and then break it down into months, and then look at it for that week and then for that day. This way it's scheduled out, right? It's scheduled out, it's planned out to realistically get things done in a timely manner. That's also really important as well. And I find that when you can actually visually see your goals every single day, it's also going to help you keep that momentum, keep that motivation to want to work on those goals and get things done, right? So that is why I have this section here, again, that is dedicated to those goals. So for example, say you want to launch your online website, right? That's a major goal. Or you can also break it down into smaller tasks. So maybe you want to completely redesign your homepage on your website, right? That can be a goal here that you can add. So now is when you can add cards to your list. So I'm simply going to add a card, and I'm just going to say, for example, redesign homepage, okay? So that is one major goal I've set for myself. And then say you also want to, you've been really thinking about launching your own blog, right? So you can write launch blog, okay? So what do we need to do in order to accomplish that? So you can actually go ahead and click on any of your cards. So you can see if I click on this card here, you can add even more details, right? You can write a description. If there are some notes that are you're brainstorming and you have notes that you want to jot down to remember that, relate to your goal of redesigning your homepage, you can go ahead and write that here. Maybe you need to brainstorm brainstorm your branding colors, okay? So you need to brainstorm your branding colors, and maybe you need to take new photos, right? Take new header photos, maybe. Take new header photos. Maybe you want to add a newsletter sign up form. Okay, and you can just jot that down, write a full description, whatever you need to do to really brainstorm that entire project. Okay, so you can go ahead and save that. Okay, so again, you can write those descriptions, and then when the new week comes, that is where you can transfer that over and really break it down into what you need to accomplish for that week. So I'm going to work on that, right? Brainstorm brand, right? So that is one task altogether. Again, you can click on this card, and one feature that I absolutely love and I use every single day, and that is a checklist. So you can simply add a checklist here to when you're working on that task, you have this checklist set for yourself. Okay, what do you need to do? So again, color scheme, branding colors. Okay, you need to add your logo. So again, you can create a checklist for yourself, and once you complete those tasks, you can go ahead and mark those off. And then once we move into, really working out your schedule and today's task, which I'll show you in just a second, then you can go ahead and move those tasks over and really plan out those days. Okay, so now let's move on to some of these other cards here. So we have the next list here, which is dedicated to reoccurring tasks. So these are things that just need to get done either every single day, every single week, or bi-weekly. These are just ongoing tasks for an online boutique owner that they just need to get done, right? For example, I have plan out my social media post, order inventory, product photo shoots, right? Updating your inventory on your website, scheduling newsletter emails, and of course, operational tasks like packaging your orders, shipping out your orders, and also organization and bookkeeping and accounting. Those are all, major things that you have to get done on a daily, weekly basis. They're just ongoing, reoccurring tasks. So you have a list of those things right here. One thing I want you to notice, and this is something I love about Trello, is these labels here. So you see how there's different color-coded labels. So we have blue and purple and pink and black. So those are all actually color-coded categories and labels that I've set for myself to really stay organized. Let's go in and click on this card here, and you can see the label that is assigned is the social media tab. And if you are a visual person, you are going to love this. This is why I love this feature here, is because I'm a very visual person and I love being able to see, okay, this category here, it relates to social media. So that's what I know I'm getting done today, okay? For the description here, I have every single Monday, I plan my social media posts. I actually do like to plan out all of my Instagram posts, my Facebook posts, and plan them out one day of the week so that, every single day I'm not running around trying to post something randomly. I know that it's going to get done. Let's go ahead and click on the label. And can you see where this is where you can customize and really choose your own colors, whatever, works for you. So you can see, you can go ahead and you can type different labels. You can add multiple labels at a time. Okay, this is social media. So maybe this also relates to another one of your tasks. So you're gonna go ahead and choose this red label here. We have Poshmark, which is a buy-sell platform, products. So all the purple tabs relate to tasks that are related to products or inventory, and then we have blue, so I know that's for social media. The pink tab is all tasks that are related to my website, and then the black are all operational tasks. Again, I love being able to color code those categories. Now the next little tool here is a due date. So if you click on that, you can set yourself up to, okay, remind yourself, okay, this needs to get done on this day. On July 10th, that is something I need to fit into my schedule, and when is that going to be due by? You can go ahead and put that time there and go ahead and save that, okay? Now if we switch gears here and we can take a look at the right hand corner, right at the top you can see this little calendar feature, okay? And this is what's called a power up. Trello offers power ups, so you have one power up per board, and one of those options is adding a calendar to your board. Okay, so let's go ahead and click on the calendar, and you can see that you can either look at your weekly view, or if you want to look at the entire month, you have your entire monthly view in a calendar form. So if you are someone who loves planners or loves that visual aspect of seeing what you need to get done for that month or for that week, then you can go ahead and use that calendar feature. Going back to the different power-ups, so where you can find that and where you can actually integrate that into your boards is again right at the upper right-hand corner where it says Show Menu. Click on Show Menu, and let's go back here. So once you click on Show Menu, it's actually going to take you to this menu here, and right where it says Power Ups, that little rocket symbol, go ahead and click on that, and then that's going to take you to all the other integrations that you can add on to your Trello board. So I have actually chosen, again, the calendar feature here. So again, you have one complimentary Power Up per board. As of right now, as of Trello's services and plans, you have one free power up to use. So if you wanted to add on additional, tools or integrations here, you can definitely do so, just depending on the plan that you choose. But again, if you're just using the basic plan on Trello, which is free, you have that one power up. Now another one that I actually love is called the card repeater. So if you click on that, you can see just a quick little overview. So the card repeaters, again, going back to those reoccurring tasks, you can actually set that up and choose the card repeater, and that's going to automatically update that. So you can repeat those tasks automatically instead of going in and manually doing it yourself. But again, go ahead and look through these different power-ups and see which ones that you want to apply to your board. All right, so going back to some of these recurring tasks. So again, we have order inventory. That's something you're always going to be doing as a boutique owner, and you want to shoot your own product photos. That's something I personally do on a weekly basis. Update your inventory on your website. You always want to schedule out newsletter emails. And then again, the operational tasks, which are on the black label here, packaging your orders every single day, shipping out your orders. And those are also things that you can delegate down the line when you start, working with a team. Let's move to the next list. And you can see this is a long list here that I created. And this is something that I have recently implemented in my work-life schedule, and that's actually creating my own schedule for that day. So when you're a boutique owner, when you're an entrepreneur and you have your own business, and if you're working from home, it can be actually very difficult for you to discipline yourself and really set a schedule up to help you help yourself get things done without being distracted, right? Because you can definitely get distracted when you're working from home and you're your own boss, which is amazing, right? You're your own boss. But again, if you really want to succeed and you really want to grow your business, you want to make sure that you are, setting yourself up to get things done, and you're not procrastinating, or, you're not just moving things over for the next day and you're not getting distracted, right? We really want to put in the work. And what I find very helpful is actually creating a schedule for myself. Right here we have today's schedule, and what I actually like to do is I like to keep this little template here every single day, and when it's the new day or when I'm planning out my schedule, I will first actually go ahead and copy this list over, copy this list and create that. so that I have, so this is more of the template, and this is actually the one that I want to edit for that day, okay? So I'm just going to, let me just archive that for now so we can just take a look at this example here. Okay, so starting with the morning. Every single morning, wake up at 6:30 a.m. and yes, I write this down on my schedule. So every morning, you wake up at 6:30 a.m. That's just personally me. That's the time that I can function the earliest. So for me, that's 6:30 in the morning. So wake up, boom. Okay, so you can see I actually created a checklist, and you can go ahead and say, done. That's one thing we did. We woke up and we got up, and we're here looking at our Trello workflow template, right? That's something you can just cross off. And that's one thing I also love about the checklist is being able to say, okay, I'm getting this done, and being able to just, you know, checking something off the list just makes me feel pretty dang accomplished for that day. So I love the checklist feature. Okay, so 6:45, I make lunch. So actually my boyfriend, Sean, he goes to work, you know, all day. And this is just something I personally enjoy doing for him, and I love to make his lunch every single morning, and that's just something that I'm putting on my schedule here. So again, of course, customize this for you and your lifestyle, right? So at 6:45, I make lunch for the day. And then at 7 a.m., I go ahead and take a shower and get ready. So that gives me about 45 minutes to really get ready for the day. And yes, I have to put that on my schedule. Take a shower, very important. And then at 7:45, here I have a household task. So for me, I personally like to do something around the house that is not business related to kind of, you know, give my mind a fresh start and, you know, just to get something done around my house. That for me just helps me, you know, set myself up for the rest of the day to focus on work, right? So for me, say for example, I'll do the dishes in the morning, I'll put in a load of laundry, I'll just do a household task that takes about 30 minutes or so, and that's what I like to get done for that morning. So again, I'll do a household task, complete. Okay, so 8:15 is coffee and breakfast, and then at 8:30 is my first task. So 8:30 is when I start my work day. And you'll notice before that, you know, right here you can see I have a 2-hour window for myself to get ready for the day, and that is nothing to do with my business. And why I like doing that is, you know, the first thing in the morning, I'm always tending to want to either look at my phone, you know, answer emails in the morning, and I can kind of get lost doing that, right? I can get sidetracked, you know, time just goes by super fast, and before you know it, it's already 12 o'clock, and, you know, where has the time gone? You know, you can get lost in those things. And personally, just for myself, I like to focus on things in the morning just to help me set up for the workday. So you can see that here in the morning, I didn't say, okay, check my Instagram. I didn't say reply to emails. I didn't say check my orders, you know, overnight orders. I didn't say any of that, right? I'm really focusing on myself in the morning. And at 8:30, okay, that is when I start my workday. And again, of course, depending on you and your lifestyle at home, maybe you have little ones at home that you're getting ready for, you know, you're getting them ready for school and whatnot. So of course, this is going to be different for you and your lifestyle. But again, I just find it important, you guys, just to take some time for yourself, you know, before you start your day to just get your mind fresh and ready for your work day that is about to come, okay? So again, 8:15, I'll get some quick breakfast and coffee, and then at 8:30, I start my first task. Now, again, going back to how I plan out my goals and my projects, I like to work on 2 major tasks a day. What I find most helpful is to focus on one thing at a time. Try not to jumble all of these things that you're trying to get done. If you can focus on one thing at a time, you're going to get that task done, again, in a timely manner, and it's going to help you not feel overwhelmed. So I personally like to work on 1 to 2 major tasks a day. one major project and get that done, and I'll give myself about 2 hours in the morning to focus on that major task, and then I'll take a break at 10:30 a.m. So for example, going back to our goals for the week. So remember we said, okay, we're brainstorming our brand because we need to redesign our homepage. That can be the major task that we need to get done today. So if you look on the next list right next to it, I have today's task. Again, brainstorming that brand, right? So maybe I need to work on logo, or, find a designer for my logo. Find designer, right? Just an example. Let's go ahead and click on that first major task. So let's edit that title, first major task, and you can even say, okay, my first major task of the day is editing homepage photos, okay? There we go, perfect. So that's your first major task, and then all of those details, you can go ahead and create a card, edit homepage photos, okay? And then you can go into this card here, and again, do your checklist, write the descriptions, when does it need to be due by, so you want to get that done maybe on that same day. So you can see also when you do your due dates, so in the red, that means, okay, this needs to get done today. This is either overdue, depending on the time you created that, right? Maybe I want this to get done by 5 p.m. Okay, perfect. Or depending on the time that we set ourselves for our schedule, you can go ahead and do that. So again, that turns yellow when that's something that you're working on for that day. It's going to be due soon. Okay, so you can see where those more color coding comes into play. So again, I like to work on that major task, and that's for about 2 hours, and then I'll give myself about a 15-minute break, go outside, walk away from the computer, kind of change the scenery a bit, get some fresh air. I like to give yourself a break to kind of re-energize and just take some time for yourself. So I give myself about 15 minutes, and then at 10:45, I'll just, depending on, that task on hand, I'll either continue that first task or I'll move on to my next task, major task as well. Now, you also want to keep in mind your reoccurring tasks. So maybe it's a Monday, right? It's Monday, so you need to order some inventory. So you can go ahead and add that into your schedule for that day. So you can say Monday schedule, right? You can even say Monday schedule. Monday schedule. So you can go ahead and add that task here. You can go put that into your today's task. So let's go ahead and do that. Order inventory. So let's go ahead and click on our reoccurring task. I'm going to go ahead and copy this. And I am going to choose the list here, and that's for today's task. I'm going to move that to the first position. Go ahead and create that card. So now we created a card that, okay, today's task, we're going to order new inventory. So we want to work that into your daily schedule. All right, so 12:45, it's lunch. We're going to take a lunch break, 12:45, and then take about 30 minutes or so, and then work on, here I put reoccurring tasks, so that is where you can go ahead and put your order, your inventory here at 1:15, 2 o'clock. Maybe you have another reoccurring task you need to get done, and then 3 o'clock, you take a break. So I'm checking all of these off. I love checking off these checklists. So 3 o'clock, give yourself another break, and then at 3:15, I will work on my second major task for that day. So going back to, let's see, brainstorming, or let's see, a major task. Okay, we're working on the blog. Okay, so maybe I need to write my blog copy for my next blog. That's something you can add there as well. Okay, and then 5 p.m., it's time to package those orders for that day. So 5 p.m., I'll package all of those orders. 6 p.m., depending on how many orders you have, how long that's going to take. And then 6 p.m., it's time for some accounting and bookkeeping. So I'm going to file my inventory purchase orders. I'm going to process my website orders, any other orders that came in maybe through Poshmark. I'm going to process those orders as well. Okay, so again, use that checklist and check off those boxes. All right, so it's 6:15, the end of the day. I always plan out the next day schedule, okay? So I'm ready for the next day. So take a look at what I got done, what I need to continue doing for the next day. Again, you can go ahead and take your template that you have, your weekly template, go ahead and copy that, right? And you can say, okay, Tuesday's schedule. So what do I need to get done for Tuesday, and so on, okay? So you can set yourself up for the next day. So when you wake up, you're ready to start your day, you already have your schedule, you already planned it out for yourself. I love planning out my work day the day before, okay? So hopefully that makes sense, all right? And then 6:30, I'm off. Time to make some dinner, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and say clock out. And of course, again, depending on how long your workday is, clearly this is not a typical 9 to 5 workday schedule. This is about 9 hours or so of work. So again, you're an online boutique boss. You want to rearrange this for you and your daily work life. So hopefully you find that helpful. Now, you guys, I know we're going over quite a lot of info here, but I want to also take you to the rest of these cards really quickly. I'm not going to go over all of them in detail, but I just want to show you what else I have structured here as far as the cards and the lists. Okay, so we already went over today's tasks, and once you complete those tasks, what you can do is you can move that over to your completed or your done list, okay? So again, you can move that over. So whenever you get something done, move it over to the completed section, right? And I like to leave that there until the end of the day so I can, again, look at what I got done for that day. And now, once you want to, delete these cards, what you can actually do is you go right here in this little three dots little button here, click on that, and where it says archive all cards in this list, you click on that, it's going to archive all of those cards, okay? So it's not going to delete it, but it's going to archive it, okay? So you can go back, maybe you want to look at what you got done, but at least now you have a clean workflow, boutique workflow template for the next day. These lists here, so you can see I have different categories. So I have my website, promotional strategies, social media, Poshmark, and ideas/notes. So you can continue and create more categories, okay? More categories here. You can create as many lists as you like. But just to quickly take a look at the list here that I created. So these are major categories that relate to your boutique, right? So your website. So these are things maybe you want to get done, right? Maybe these are part of your these are either small tasks that you want to get done for each of these categories, or maybe you want to put these into your monthly goals, right? Or your weekly goals. For example, for your website, maybe you said you want to update your website header. Maybe you want to update your social media buttons, right? So you can go ahead and put that there. Again, you can label it. That's where your labels come in. Your next card is your promotional strategies. Maybe you are planning a new promotion for your website, right? So maybe you're doing free shipping Friday. Here I already created a checklist, right? So you want to create your promo graphics for that. You want to update your shipping details on your website. Then you want to send this promotion out to your email list. And then you want to post it on social media, okay? So you see how these categories here, you can go ahead and move that over into today's tasks, okay? Plan out your tasks, guys. It's going to be so much easier for you, and it's fun, right? It's fun to kind of, move things over, to look at all of your colors and all that good stuff, okay? So again, we have a social media section. So maybe I want to create a Facebook event, and then your Poshmark. So those of you who sell on the Poshmark platform, you can even create a dedicated page or a dedicated list here just for Poshmark. So maybe you need to add new listings every single day, right? Maybe you need to tag, you have a list of people who would like to be tagged for your new arrivals. So every single Friday, let's say every Friday, You're going to tag your new arrivals list, even be part of your reoccurring tasks. So maybe you need to share entire closet, right? Share entire closet or share to parties. And again, we have the ideas and notes section. So maybe some, random idea just comes into your mind, or you need to take some quick notes. You can go ahead and write, okay, your notes here, like call, vendor, anything that comes into your mind, you want to write that down. Now, one more feature that I want to show you in the cards, that is actually adding attachments. So when you click on a card, so here we have product photo shoots. What I like to do is, okay, say I'm working on this. I'm going to move this over to today's task. Let's move that over. So I have my product photo shoot for that day. And then at the end of the day, I come back, I need to edit those photos, right? What I like to do is I like to add either attachments or links or any PDF files that you want to, keep track of, or your photos. So you can go ahead and do that here. Okay, so I have this photo here. You can go ahead and add those files, those PDFs and those photos in this attachment section. And you can also create these pretty cool covers as well. So if you want to make your cards, even more visually appealing for yourself, you can create these really awesome covers as well, or you can also remove it here. So I just wanted to quickly show you how you can add an attachment. So when you go here, now, doesn't that look cool? One more tip I want to share with you, and that is actually creating multiple boards around your certain projects. So again, going back to your goals for the month. So you're working on launching your new blog. What you can actually do is create a dedicated board specifically for that blog project. So you can put all of your ideas, all of your plans for your, the launch of your blog, and put it into one dedicated board. And then once you're working on those tasks, you can move it over to your workflow board template here. For example, again, going back to our Trello dashboard where we have all of our personal boards, again, you can create teams. So maybe you have boutique projects, okay? Boutique project. So you have your new blog launch. So you're going to say, let's title this new board blog launch. Great. So going back to the dashboard here in your Trello profile, you can see you have your boutique projects and you have a dedicated board specifically for that major project. So you can go ahead and put all of your ideas, all of your tasks into your board. So maybe, again, you have your to-do list. To-do list here. Currently working on, etc. Okay, so again, for example, you need to brainstorm 5 post ideas. And then once you're ready to carry that over into your daily workflow, you can go ahead and move those cards over. So maybe you want to work on that for this upcoming week. So you can click on that board. You can actually move this entire board over to your boutique workflow. So I'm going to click on that, move it to boutique workflow template. And I want that to be a goal for this week. I'm going to prioritize that and put that on the first position here and go ahead and move this board. Okay, you can also copy it over if you want to keep a copy for yourself in your project board section here. Let's go back to our boutique workflow template. You'll see right over here, you have your brainstorm 5 post ideas here that you want to work on for that week. So again, that's just another quick tip for you on organizing your projects, organizing your tasks, organizing your goals, and just organizing your online boutique life schedule. So hopefully you find this helpful. Again, I love Trello just because, again, it's so versatile, it's customizable, it's very visually appealing, and this is just something that I look forward to using every single day. When I wake up in the morning and I know, okay, it's 8:30 in the morning, starting my work day, I look forward to my boutique workflow. this is something that keeps me going, keeps that momentum going, helps me stay motivated in my business. And I just love this platform so much, and I hope you all enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope it's motivated you to really organize your day, and I hope you enjoy using Trello just as much as I do. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in our next video.